I'm David Toman, author of nootropicsexpert.com, and in this video I'm going to share with you what I've found to be the best nootropics to support meditation. We'll look at some of the extensive clinical research showing how meditation benefits the brain, and once we know how meditation changes the brain, we can then choose the best nootropics to support these mechanisms of action. And then we conclude this video with a brief explanation of the different forms of meditation and how it's done. I begin every day with a 1-hour meditation, as do most of the most successful people you know, including rock stars, actors, corporate CEOs, TV and radio show hosts, authors, and professional athletes. And we meditate for many of the same reasons we use nootropics: to support attention, concentration, anxiety, learning, memory, depression, PTSD, traumatic brain injury, OCD, and even dementia. And one of the little secrets we have discovered is nootropics and meditation make for a profound combination. The benefits of meditation are supported and often accelerated when using nootropic supplements. Now, if you tried meditation once or twice and just given up on it because it was too hard, I'm hoping that this video will help you reconsider, because it's not difficult to do. And if you do meditate and you want to know how to improve your daily practice, this video can help. First, we investigate some of the clinical research reporting on the benefits of meditation and how it increases brain gray matter, it reduces mind wandering, it boosts IQ, it improves concentration, executive function, memory, it helps pain tolerance, it improves sociability, and even relief from migraines. And once we know how meditation changes the brain, we can then select the best nootropics to support these mechanisms of action. And then we conclude this video with a brief explanation of the different forms of meditation and how they're done. Research shows that your brain begins to deteriorate once you reach your mid-20s and continues to degrade as you get older. And this structural deterioration progressively leads to cognitive impairment, increased risk of mental illness, and neurodegenerative disease. But research over the last 20 years has demonstrated that age-related cognitive decline can be controlled by meditation. A study conducted by the Department of Neurology at UCLA included 50 meditation practitioners and 50 control subjects, and these people were aged 24 to 77 years. Now, using an MRI, the team scanned the subjects' brains for the whole brain and then local sections of gray matter. And what the researchers found was that the long-term meditators experienced less age-related gray matter loss in 9 different brain sectors compared to the controls. Researchers speculated that based on earlier research that meditation may be stimulating dendrite branching and synaptogenesis, and this made up for the gray and white matter loss due to aging. The other explanation is that this gray matter increase in meditators could be due to a reduction in harmful immune response gene expression, HPA axis hyperactivity, and the modulation of inflammation and reactive oxygen species. Now, wouldn't it be nice if you could turn down the volume of your monkey mind? Studies show what we all know is that a busy mind or mind wandering is correlated with unhappiness, because we ruminate in the unpleasant memories of the past or the terror of what nastiness can happen in the future. Now, things are better when we're living in the now or in the present moment, and this is where meditation comes in. To find out why meditators seem to be happier in general, researchers measured brain activity in experienced meditators and those who didn't normally meditate. Brains were measured while both groups performed several different forms of meditation, and they found that the default mode network, that's the name of the network, it's a real network, the default mode network were deactivated in experienced meditators, and no matter what kind of meditation they were practicing. They also found a stronger connectivity or coupling between several different regions of the brain, regions that were previously implicated in self-monitoring and cognitive control. Now, the study proved that the default mode network was responsible for mind wandering, or this monkey mind, and meditation decreased the activity of the monkey mind parts of the brain. Sometimes it seems impossible to maintain focus and concentration right when we need it the most. Our mind wanders and we lose focus. Now, one of the hallmarks for cognitive decline is measuring sustained focus and attention. Age-related cognitive decline degrades sustained attention. But meditators have known for thousands of years that meditation practice can prevent degradation in attention and concentration well into old age. Scientists at the University of Miami and the University of California, Davis published a study in 2018 on research they've been conducting on meditation and concentration for the last 7 years. In this study, 60 experienced practitioners of Samantha meditation, which is a traditional form of Buddhist mindfulness meditation. The basic idea is to focus on something simple like breathing to quiet your mind. Subjects participated in a meditation retreat and were assessed before and at regular intervals after the retreat. The scientists found that the robust improvements in perceptual discrimination, response time, and vigilance immediately after the meditation retreat. And some changes were permanent even after 7 years. And those who maintained a regular meditation practice for the following 7 years preserved the gains in all forms of concentration that was measured. Now think about the last time you were anxious about something. Now chances are that anxiety came from your mind wandering off in some other direction, somewhere other than the task at hand. And meditation can fix that. Researchers at the University of Waterloo recruited a sample of highly anxious undergraduate students. The students were asked to perform a task on a computer while experiencing interruptions to gauge their ability to stay focused on the tasks. The research team then split the students into 2 groups. The control group was given an auditory story to listen to, while the other students engaged in a 10-minute meditation exercise. The meditation practice helped students shift their attention from their own internal worries to the present moment external world, which helped them focus on the task at hand. Now stop and think about that last bit for a minute. Imagine how a quick meditation could turn down the anxiety dial and ramp up your focus. Your cerebral cortex, the outer layer of your brain, plays a role in memory, attention, thinking, and consciousness. Gyrification, or cortical folding, is where the surface of your brain undergoes changes to create furrows, which are called sulci, and folds, which are called gyri. Those are the ridges that you see when looking at the image of a human brain. Now, scientists now believe that the more folds you have means that your brain is better at processing information, decision-making, and memory formation. This cortical gyrification is affected by meditation, and why meditation practitioners have more gray matter, which we covered earlier in this video. Now, scientists at the UCLA School of Medicine examined the cortical gyrification of 100 meditators and controls, and the team found a correlation between gyrification and the number of meditation years, and found that certain segments of the cerebral cortex were significantly more developed in meditators. The key brain segments found to have increased gyrification accounted for meditators' ability to deal with daydreaming, mind wandering, and projections into the past and future. A research team at the University of Pennsylvania recruited 2 groups of soldiers. One group attended an 8-week mindfulness course, and the other group acted as the control. The research team tested the working memory twice, before and again twice after the 8 weeks for both groups. Working memory capacity for the soldiers who took the mindfulness meditation training increased during and after training, but working memory declined in the control group. Those are the guys that didn't meditate. The researchers concluded that meditation practice may protect against functional memory impairments associated with high-stress situations. Loving-kindness meditation and compassion meditation have become increasingly popular in our society. This type of meditation is oriented towards enhancing unconditional positive emotional states of kindness and compassion. In a landmark study published in 2008, Dr. Fredrickson of the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill and colleagues found that practicing 7 weeks of mindfulness meditation increased love, joy, contentment, gratitude, pride, hope, interest, amusement, and awe. Participants in the study reported that this meditation practice produced incremental increases in mindfulness and more purpose in life, social support, and decreased illness the longer they practiced. Several more clinical studies have supported this initial finding, including brain imaging studies demonstrating the physical changes in your brain, areas previously identified at the location of emotional processing and empathy. Results of even more studies show meditation leads to positive emotions, positive social connections, and physical health, and all three influence one another in a self-sustaining upward spiral, leading to a better and more satisfying life. And even a small dose of loving-kindness meditation practiced in a single short session, lasting only 10 minutes, increases feelings of social connection and positivity towards strangers. Over 30 years of research and clinical studies show us how meditation changes the brain. So now we can select the best nootropic supplements to support each of these mechanisms of action. Now, it's been my experience that the right nootropics help me to achieve crystal clear meditative states and benefits that I can often feel as my brain makes changes in response to meditation. From the studies we investigated earlier in this video, we know that meditation increases gray matter, it reduces mind wandering, it boosts IQ and executive function, and it helps working memory. Now, some of these changes are directly attributable to manipulating brainwave activity during meditation, and others depend on brain cell signaling and neuroplasticity needed for increasing gray matter, executive function, and working memory. Now, most of the nootropics reviewed on Nootropics Expert affect each of these functions in our brain. But here we're just going to touch on a few that we found helpful, and I personally found helpful in supporting meditation. Electrical pulses or action potentials in brain neurons send signals for neurotransmitters to perform various functions in your brain. These electrical impulses are called brainwaves. These brainwave patterns closely correlate with your thoughts, ability to think clearly, emotions, and your mood. And your brain produces 4 primary brain waves: alpha, beta, delta, and theta. The most rapid pattern is called beta brain waves and is your normal waking consciousness. Beta is associated with concentration, arousal, alertness, and cognition. But at its highest waveform, it is associated with anxiety, disharmony, and feelings of dis-ease. As beta brain waves slow is one of the reasons meditators are generally less stressed and have fewer stress-induced medical issues. Phosphatidylserine, or PS, is a phospholipid component of brain cell membranes and plays a role in cell-to-cell signaling in the brain, and as a nootropic, PS significantly reduces beta brain waves. Alpha is the primary brainwave pattern of meditation. Now, as you become more relaxed, your brain waves drop into an alpha wave pattern, fluctuating between 8 to 12 times per second. And the slowest alpha is the state of deep relaxation. It's that place where you're not quite asleep, but you're not quite awake either. But at the higher end of the alpha, you're more focused, yet you're still very relaxed. Alpha brain waves are associated with super learning, flow states, and joy. Now, GABA, as a nootropic, is an inhibitory neurotransmitter that, when taken as a nootropic supplement, relieves anxiety, stress, and boosts the production of alpha brain waves. Nicotine, as a nootropic supplement, increases alpha brain waves. Oat Straw is basically green oatgrass that, when taken as a nootropic supplement, relieves anxiety and stress. It increases energy and boosts cognition. Oat Straw helps boost alpha brain waves. And L-Theanine is a non-dietary amino acid found in green tea. It boosts alpha brain waves when used as a supplement. Even slower, theta brain waves at 4 to 8 times per second are the brain waves you make while dreaming at night, or your visionary experience while meditating. You can slide into theta brainwave patterns during meditation. It's associated with creativity, sudden insights like aha moments, and the ability to move information from short-term to long-term memory. L-Theanine. Many spend years learning to meditate and the ability to move into a theta state. One clinical study showed that a single dose of L-Theanine increases theta brainwaves. Many studies show that meditation increases gray matter in certain segments of the cerebral cortex. Gray matter refers to the massive neurons that make up your cerebral cortex, cerebellum, and cerebrum, and other areas of your brain. Increases in gray matter depend on neuron growth or neurogenesis and a good blood supply for nutrients and oxygen. And several nootropics have been shown to increase nerve growth factor, brain-derived nootropic factor, or BDNF, brain cell signaling, for example, acetylcholine, and cerebral blood flow. Now, some of the nootropics that we've already looked at, or we talked about earlier under the brainwave section of this video, do double or triple duty as well. For example, L-Theanine also increases GABA, serotonin, and dopamine levels in your brain, and is an NMDA receptor agonist, which protects your brain from glutamate overstimulation. So in addition to the nootropics that we mentioned earlier, the following nootropics will also help you with a better meditation experience. CDP-Choline or acetylcholine helps in neuron repair and brain cell signaling. It enhances the release of acetylcholine, dopamine, norepinephrine, and serotonin. It provides the choline needed for the synthesis of acetylcholine in your brain, and it increases ATP, which is the fuel used to power mitochondria and brain cells. Lion's mane mushroom is extremely effective in stimulating nerve growth factor, which assists in the creation of new neurons, which is gray matter. Lithium orotate. This mineral upregulates BDNF and neurotropin-3 needed for neurogenesis, or gray matter, and it stimulates the proliferation of stem cells in the brain, which also assists in neurogenesis. N-Acetyl-L-Tyrosine, or NALT, provides the L-tyrosine, which converts into L-dopa, which then goes on to produce dopamine in your brain. Supplementing with NALT can help meditation by boosting concentration, focus, mood, and it improves executive function. Pine bark extract is an extract of French maritime pine bark and is used as a nootropic supplement for meditation because it boosts cerebral blood flow, which supplies brain cells with the nutrients and oxygen they need, and it improves executive function and working memory. Rhodiola rosea is an adaptogen used in meditation because it improves concentration for extended periods. It boosts the feel-good neurotransmitters serotonin and beta endorphins. Rhodiola helps neurogenesis, which is required for increasing gray matter, and activates the synthesis and resynthesis of ATP, which is your brain cell's primary energy source. Now, all of the nootropic supplements that we talked about in this video work amazingly well to improve your meditation experience. Taken individually, or you can even get it as a pre-formulated stack in something like MindLab Pro. Meditation can be divided into two broad general categories. One, focused attention, which including focusing on only your breath, on an idea or a feeling, such as loving kindness, or to a mantra as taught in Transcendental Meditation or TM. And the second way is open monitoring, or non-reactive or non-judgment monitoring of the content of your thoughts, including external experiences like sounds, from moment to moment. Now, I first learned to meditate with the help of Victor Davich's book, 8-Minute Meditation. It's easy to understand and follow, and Davich bases his idea around meditation for busy people who can only spare the time equal to the average number of minutes devoted to commercials during a standard 30-minute television episode. 8-Minute Meditation is a combination of focusing on your breath while noting bodily sensations and watching your thoughts, which is open monitoring that we mentioned earlier, non-judgmentally. And it's amazingly effective, even for the beginner. Now, one of the most researched meditation techniques is based on the concept of mindfulness. This is a combined technique of focused attention, breath and physical awareness, without judgment, which is called open monitoring. Mindfulness-based stress reduction, or MBSR, is a popular example of this type of meditation that was created by Professor John Kabat-Zinn of the University of Massachusetts Medical Center. MBSR was my first formal education in meditation that was taught during an 8-week course at the University of Miami. And it's an easy and effective way to learn meditation. It's a combination of mindfulness meditation, body awareness, and yoga. Now, you can easily learn MBSR by checking if it's taught at your university, community center, or a college near you, or you can do a class online with the University of Massachusetts, and I've got a link in the original transcript of this video over on Nootropics Expert. You can even get the CDs and you can learn it on your own. Learning meditation is easy and available to anyone who wants to try it. Use either of the resources I mentioned earlier in this video, or choose from the thousands of books, videos, and courses available anywhere in the world. Just one of the many benefits of meditation investigated here in this video, even a simple 10-minute meditation, can increase your awareness and reduce absent-minded errors. Now, one last word on meditation. A 20-minute daily practice is far more effective than a longer but infrequent sessions. So are you willing to spare 20 minutes a day to tame the monkey mind, boost your IQ, improve concentration, executive function and memory, experience less pain, reduce anxiety, and be a little bit more sociable? Imagine how a quiet mind could change your life. So that's my report on nootropics and meditation. If you want to see links to the studies I talked about, go to nootropicsexpert.com and search for meditation, or click on the link below this video. There you'll find a full transcript of this video, and you'll find dozens of articles on all the well-known nootropics on Nootropics Expert. Now, if you have any questions, or if you want to share your experience with meditation and nootropics, please use the comment section at the bottom of the post over on Nootropics Expert. I respond to comments and questions at Nootropics Expert usually the same day. And if you want to see more videos on all the best nootropics used today, subscribe to this channel before you go. I'll be putting up new videos on nootropics and optimizing your brain every week. I'm David Toman, author of Nootropics Expert.